invite people to join us, to come back to their cameras, and that we can, in a minute or two, start this conversation that we organized today. But also while waiting for other people to join us.
Maybe we can start. What do you say?
Yes, I think it's time. So actually, Diana turned on recording. I mean, this meeting is okay. Yeah. So we would like to film this conversation. I hope that you all agree and that we can start. Yeah, I would like to thank all the people who joined us today because it's, 28th of December, so it's last days of this year. And we are very happy that we gathered you here in this amount of people here. So yeah, I would like to also say thank you to Youth Biennial program, yeah, this program called AFTERTALKS, also Edija Eketea, Ivana Momčilović, Martin van der Belen. Yes, we are all here, yeah. And yeah, I hope that you will enjoy today's conversation and that it will be inspiring for you. And after our presentation, and after our conversation, we would like you to join with your questions, observations, etc. So maybe I can start officially now the conversation. So we saw this how to say being together with many collectives and also Eddy especially that everything and everybody has this potential of Oases that I am proposing as one of three concepts for the next year's Youth Biennial. So I will just quickly read one short part of the concept as an introduction. So this part of the biennial, I mean this curatorial part, is dedicated to new imaginings of future and better worlds. Oases are vital temporary free territories within which mechanisms for progressive actions are formed. At the same time, they act outwardly, encompassing parts of deserts, transforming them. Oases, as active transient spaces, represent a sort of micro-reconfigurations that have no intention of ever becoming part of the dominant discourse, that is, desert. So with this, like the concept which is in developing phase, with the help of Ivana Momčilović, and also all the people from Orangerie de Berbe and PhD in one night is developing, and also youth biennial, which I represent. And there is this potential that I saw, and which that we saw, but and that we think that it's really necessary to begin with Eddy's ideas and works. So I would like to invite just to tell Tiana, to share screen and just to go through the first presentations very quickly. It is actually about the place where the idea of this year, of the next year's concept of AFTERTALKS actually begun. So it's in the Orangerie de Berbe, and actually it's it is a historical garden in Belgium. That is actually was considered, I mean, it formed a part, maybe we can just see this illustration here. So it was a part of English garden, and now it's a third space where PhD in one night initiated many ideas such as laboratory for radical peace. And now it's the park is getting another completely different purpose, and it's still in development. So it's a space of experimentation, aesthetics, radical peace, and also the place where the concept was where the idea of the concept of Oaze started. And maybe I would like to call, I would like to say to Ivana or Martin to perhaps say something else. If I missed something, because I think I missed, because there is a lot of things going on. So yeah, it's always a good someone to have as a, as a helpful partner. So Ivana or Martin, if you would like to add something more, and then we can continue.
Yes, I was speaking, but no one heard because my microphone was on mute. So we are here with Eddy. So it was just about to recontextualize the space where we are all now with Martin and Eddy. And thank you very much, Tane. Thanks to Bijenala of Youth, as it was really very interesting collaboration, and we met many interesting people, and also the way how they involved in our reconfiguration of the park. It's very important. We see also Victor here present, who we will say later, we will present today portfolio that he made of Eddy's work, which was very precious. And maybe just to say that we are reconfiguring this space in the space from the historical English garden from 1828 to the space of solidarity. This is our first, I think, term. Then permaculture, art, experimentation, and the research.
Yeah.
And we on the images you saw Zapatist who came here to see something. Then we are very proud of Kurdish delegation who came to in the moment of inauguration of our laboratory for radical peace to plant olive trees for peace. Now we are waiting Palestinian artist in January. We will present that. You could see that on our social medias. We are going in a few days to present it. It's 25th of January that he will be here, Taysir Batni. So thanks everyone. I just want to say hello to Tina Laish from Vienna, that I see here, and Elisabetta, our dear Elisabetta, who was so much present here, our dear collaborator. She's from Italy, but now living in Holland. So I don't know if I see anyone. Olga, also so great to see you, and all the others all the others. Hello, Martin, if you want just to.
Yeah.
Well, we are very impressed by the participation of all of you, and it's a nice meeting today and very important for us. So we hoped that in this space, which is some very experimental association with people from everywhere, and we are very glad to be with Eddy, because we discovered that we have a lot of link with Eddy's project sensibility. And we would like to share this potential of action as an exemplar way to develop activities with the public, and northern and southern relationship to be reconsidered in this decolonialization.
Yeah. So thank you, Martin. Martin spent 20 years in Africa, and that also this is one of the in one of his moments in Congo, he met Eddy, and now Eddy is here. We are now developing here kind of filial of the center of the contemporary trash, because one is in Kinshasa, but Eddy will tell you all the rest. So thank you, everyone. Now, Tane,
yes, I would like to say that we would like to present one video made this summer in Kinshasa. So, Tiana, it's your turn now.
There is no sound. Okay. Normally there is a sound, yeah. Okay.
Tu peux commenter. Tu peux commenter.
Oui, tu peux commenter, Eddy, et puis. So Eddy could comment maybe after, and then we will translate all the time, but the sound disappeared. We don't know.
It's French.
Yeah.
Donc, on va dire, là, on est en train de récupérer les déchets là où on jette ça dans les rues et les gens y récupèrent. Donc, pour le vendre, ils le trient et puis ils le vendent dans les usines qui font le recyclage, quoi.
Sorry, do you have echo when we are, because we are all, it's okay, the sound?
It is.
Yeah. So what Eddy said is that this is the really kind of everyday landscape in Kinshasa, and that's a place where they are. This summer he went there to really show the place where everything begins in his work. So so this is it is not a landfill, but it is just the place where the people put the trash, but it's everywhere around the trash.
Yes, and you can imagine then when there is rain, it becomes river of plastic bottles everywhere in some areas. So the streets are full of rubbishes, and it's a catastrophic vision.
Yeah.
Donc ça bouche de canalisation, c'est un peu partout quand il pleut. Donc après la pluie, on voit tout cet tas de plastique partout.
It's really we call it colonization by the garbage. But there is echo maybe now. It's okay. You will tell me if something is wrong with the.
Yes, you can continue, please.
So anyway, this is the just the starting point. Yeah. So this is a little video from this summer, and then maybe I don't know what you thought, Tane. It's the moment to show the.
We can continue.
Behind Eddy, there is his sculpture. I mean, you could, I don't know if you see, but there is a can man behind Eddy here. Maybe I could also show like that. Also, I don't know if you see, but there is a lot of sun. It's very rare that there is a sun here. Okay.
Okay, this is a presentation actually that was formed by our member, Victor Zweig. So we would like to thank him of making this presentation and the catalog, as it is named here, which is still in development, but it is really, it really represents what the collective, Eddy's collective does. So I think I would like to, the video was just an introduction to see what you could read in our invitation text. And now we can just talk even more into details about the position of Africa in this context and how they manage things there through arts, and to see all the important how to say, elements, concepts, such as collectivity, self-organization, self-education, etc. So,
Eddy will comment now. I will translate.
Donc, en fait, on a obtenu 25 000 € avec la fondation Prince Claus en Hollande. Et donc, avec cet argent, on a pu louer la maison parce qu'on avait fait un projet pour travailler avec 10 jeunes de moins de 30 ans avec 10 styles différents. Et donc, avec cet argent, on a commencé à louer cette maison.
So they started to rent a house. They had one fund from the beginning from Holland. So they start to rent one colonial house. And it became this collective center. And now Eddy will also maybe comment. Tu vas dire comment la dynamique de lieu se fait. Maybe the next video we could see, next image, then it's, then it's,
Ouais, donc l'idée de cette maison, c'est de regrouper plusieurs artistes, confirmés et non confirmés, et les amoureux et les habitants du quartier, parce que comme c'est une maison qui est centrée dans une grande cité, et c'est une grande maison coloniale, donc l'idée, c'est de faire un centre culturel au milieu de ce quartier. Et donc voilà, on a plusieurs artistes, mais l'idée c'est vraiment faire comme un coopératif d'artistes où tout le monde vient avec son savoir-faire et puis on travaille toujours en collaboration.
So the idea is really to explore the deep potentials of everyone, and because this is a place also where the artists and non-artists meet, or the amateurs who really are self-taught young people, they start to live there. So the idea, and then they start to develop from this trash, the potential of the trash, as Tane so nicely said, the potential of Oases. This is this strength which really comes from this project. Maybe it's a moment that I ask Eddy something that we discovered, and I think that he never really spoke about it. It's about his first ever, how he started to do this, from where idea came, because it's not in Africa, it's in Strasbourg, in France, that he start to think to upcycle the trash. But now I would like to translate his answer. I think it will be very interesting for the start of this talk. Donc voilà, là c'est vraiment le début de ton premier costume de contextualiser en Strasbourg. Ça sera chouette, comme ça on commence, parce que c'est pas en Afrique.
Ouais, donc l'idée c'est que je commençais bon, au Congo, j'avais commencé à faire déjà avec les poubelles, mais c'était plutôt un peu des essais, c'était des expérimentations. Et après, quand je suis arrivé à Strasbourg, là où j'ai vu que les déchets étaient vraiment bien cadrés et que la ville était propre, donc j'avais un vide, j'étais pas inspiré. Et donc, il me fallait un jour où je passais dans les rues et j'ai vu plein de poubelles, mais c'était que des canettes sous un arbre. Et là, je me suis dit, bon, comment est-ce que dans cette ville si propre, qui est venu jeter ça là? Et là, j'ai commencé à les récupérer. Et je me suis dit, il faut que je fasse quelque chose avec. Mais je ne savais pas quoi faire.
Mais le fait que tu as dit aussi que tu dois te couvrir, c'est la première fois que
Oui, oui, mais ça, c'était après. Ça, c'était après quand je fais le canette. Et là, je me suis dit, bon, comme on ne sait pas qui est dedans, donc là, je peux au moins dire que je suis artiste. Parce que c'est dans une ville où il y a beaucoup de racistes. C'est une ville blanche. Et me présenter comme artiste, c'était compliqué pour moi. Donc, mais comme je faisais le basket à côté, donc je préférais me présenter comme un basketteur. Et donc, voilà. Et quand
very
je fais ça...
touching story, really, because he came from Kinshasa, from artistic high school and fine arts school to Strasbourg to also make their art school, but he came as a basketball player. And Strasbourg is a very racistic city. There is the little community of the African people, they are not involved in art. So he was ashamed to say that he's an artist. And the first idea, he already started to experiment with the trash in Africa before, but then really in Strasbourg, in this very clean city, he saw one day a lot of cans. And he was really shocked how it's suddenly this juxtaposition with this trash appeared, and he really this first costume was made in that moment. And then he had this idea, but this is the costume or the art that I could cover my body and no one will see my skin. So it's really came from the very racistic purpose. And what he said this morning, this is how paradoxically I became visible. I exposed myself, but through non-exposing me, like a bit Zapatist with the masks. So now you maybe, so that was, I think, very important to say. Maybe you will comment, tu vas commenter les autres images ou celles qu'on a vues ou celles qui sont là. Quand tu veux, tu commentes. Quand tu trouves quelque chose.
Ben, par exemple, cette image, on est en train d'illustrer tout ce qu'on a récupéré dans le canal parce que là où le monsieur il est sur un grand canal, mais tellement qu'il y a rempli de bouteilles, donc il y a une couche, je ne sais pas, peut-être de 3 mètres de plastique. Et donc voilà, on illustre ça, on montre ça à la population. Et par exemple, cette image, vous voyez, c'est tout noir au début. Donc les gens, ils le brûlent. Ils le brûlent, mais il y a l'eau en dessous. Donc il y a un moment quand le feu, il prend bien, ben, il s'éteint.
It's really unimaginable. So the other image that you saw, that was a kind of modern Jesus of Kinshasa, because the guy who is recuperating the trash, he's really walking on the water, but there is 3 meters of water. Sorry, so that he is really walking on the plastic trash. And the other image is that he said it's very specific that you see that everything is black because the people are also burning this plastic. And then there's water, but despite that, there is you could burn the plastic. So all that is, those are the parts of the video that you made this summer.
Just sorry for interruption. I would like to ask Ivana, while Eddy is talking, that Ivana, please turn off the microphone and vice versa. So while Ivana is talking, then Eddy has to, it would be good to, yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Ouais. Donc, t'as pas fermé. Là, c'est une image de l'endroit où on va récupérer les déchets. C'est nos partenaires, c'est des marginaux qui n'ont pas de boulot, qui n'ont pas de maison. Le seul moyen de survivre, c'est de ramasser tous les déchets de la ville, de le trier et de le revendre à des usines ou à des gens comme nous qui en fabriquent des choses avec. Voilà.
So what he said, maintenant c'est toi qui éteins, apparemment. So what he said is that this is the new collaboration that started this summer. So they opened the new jobs in Kinshasa. So the people saw that they are producing, and you will see in a few minutes all one part of this incredible production of this alchemistry. Yeah, before there was no this job. So now the people are selling to them one bag. They're just collecting one, for example, plastic bottles, and then it's $20, one big plastic bottle. And then they could make, the previous video was masks that they are selling to, if it's possible, yeah, maybe this one is very interesting that Eddy comments because it's about selling and restitution, a contra restitution. Now the trash from Europe is coming back to the Europe and USA through the art. So,
Bon, en fait, ça, c'est des masques imaginaires. On s'est dit, à part les costumes, il y a toujours beaucoup de plastique, donc il faut qu'on essaye de faire aussi des masques imaginaires, des petites tailles, hein. On ne voulait pas des grandes tailles, c'est vraiment des petites tailles. Et on a commencé par une, après c'était un workshop avec des artistes et confirmé, les enfants. Au final, on en avait presque 1000. Et donc, on a installé ça comme on a des grands murs dans notre parcelle, la maison. Donc, on a installé ça dans tous les murs. Et donc, ça nous a aussi inspiré d'exposer, par exemple, dans des musées avec ces masques imaginaires faits par des plastiques. Donc, on a toutes les sortes de plastiques, les touches d'ordinateur, les bouchons de bouteilles, on a les fonds de bouteilles, on a toutes les sortes de plastiques. Et nous, l'idée, c'était de faire des masques imaginaires. Parce que comme il y a actuellement les Africains, les Afro-descendants c'est un courant où tout le monde parle de la restitution. Alors moi, je voyais plutôt la restitution de déchets occidentaux en Europe. Parce que ça, c'est des déchets qui ne sont pas faits en Afrique, c'est des déchets qui viennent par la commercialisation ou bien je ne sais pas comment ça arrive en Afrique, mais on constate que dans toutes les rues africaines, moi j'ai fait au moins 5-7 villes, c'est le même déchet et c'est les déchets qui viennent de l'Europe. Et pourtant, en Afrique, on a aussi les déchets africains qu'on appelle maintenant les déchets africains qui sont des feuilles de banane, la nature, on va dire. Les déchets africains, c'est la nature. Donc voilà, l'idée c'est aussi de faire la différence entre les deux déchets européens et les déchets africains. Voilà.
Yes, so Yes, so quickly, just to say that Eddy is really concerned about this emergency of really dealing with the trash, with the environment, with the pollution, but also really facing two kind of trash. One is he calls European Occidental trash, which is not biodegradable. You cannot recycle it. So this is how idea of those imaginary masks came, that now they have thousands of them and they are really selling them. And this is this brilliant idea that he called the restitution, but in another sense, because as you know, now there is a big initiative of restitution of African traditional art to Africa after colonization. It's still not resolved in Belgium. But now it's very, it's a new kind of idea that they are really selling back, but through the art pieces and souvenirs. And then he said he's also concerned by the African trash, because the people are really don't care. They live in this kind of environment. And they just, there is a natural trash, so bananas, tobacco leaves and all that, but also no one is concerned about it. So his action is really facing two parts of this problem.
Yes, I would also like to mention what Eddy said about self-organization and how the new jobs actually entered the so-to-call market. It is actually the idea in the concept of Oases, for example, that I previously actually read, that Oases are creating one space. We consider it as one space. And then the effect Oases are actually taking, like how to say, but yeah, are spreading those ideas, and it's positioned throughout this dominant discourse that is actually considered as a desert. So there is also good comparison between the concept and what actually Eddy does with the collective. And also how it affects Kinshasa and the population in Kinshasa.
Yes, tonight we will have because Eddy just arrived and he's also leaving for Kinshasa very soon. But tonight we will have returns on your Tane text introduction. Also, then we could really go in detail, and you will have returns on it tonight. Yeah. So now I think that it's possible to go over the presentation to arrive finally to the costumes. Yeah.
So this is actually the l'homme canet, the can man. So I think that everyone understood that was the first ever costume. So the costume of cans were made in Strasbourg, and the reason, which is really, not really like shocking and not pleasant, and it's a good it's a good thing that how the things developed from that one made in Europe, and then that he came back in Kinshasa, Africa, and that he developed completely, like a, how to say, like a collection, like a collection of every possible material that is available there.
Yeah, it's fascinating, I think. And also Victor asked, it was a very nice question. Okay, it's so fascinating, but then we have to learn how it fits together, because could you imagine the people are inside of those costumes? It looks really very nice as a sculpture, but then it's really they are dancing, performing. He's a great dancer and performer. And kilos and kilos of trash. So, I mean, this is really a magical effect of Oases. Maybe Tane, you could translate are you fine to translate Eddy a bit? Is it okay for you?
Perhaps. But
Yes.
this will be online, so I'm really afraid of
Oh,
my
it's
French
okay.
skills.
I will, in 5 minutes, I will, when you need, I will take over, okay?
Okay, I will try, yes. Perhaps Eddy can mention the idea of making this collective and how it actually interacts with the ideas of um, PhD in One Night collective as an indisciplinary platform. So, and those self-taught artists and how actually Eddy made actually show them that another another realities
Maybe
are
previous,
possible.
just to previous with just to show the tobacco, yeah, cigarette. I don't know if you see that is a cigarette from all cigarettes. The costume.
It is a costume on the right.
Yeah, on the right. Yeah. Okay, I will just translate to.
So while Ivan is translating to Eddy, I would like to say that, as you can see, there are many different costumes, but together with Victor, they actually named all the artists and self-taught artists who worked on these costumes. So that's this explanation. So we can see the name of the costume, the material, and who made it, as well as the year of it was made. So yes.
Yeah, okay, that is. I think now is.
Donc, ouais, donc là, c'est les différents costumes que nous avons faits. Donc là, à gauche, à ma gauche, c'est de canettes écrasées, parce que l'idée, c'est quand même que la matière, elle devienne malléable dans tous les sens, quoi. Comme l'argile, et donc l'idée, c'est aussi de le malayer.
So actually, so the costumes are made of many different materials. Yes. Mais est-ce que tu peux parler de collectif Nandakudia Label et
Oui.
l'initiation de cette collectif et le chemin de montrer les techniques de faire ces costumes, par exemple. Je pense que c'est très important pour nous d'écouter ça. Ouais.
Donc moi, au fait, quand j'ai eu cette idée de faire avec le canette, donc je suis venu à Kinshasa, j'ai vu tous les déchets dans la ville, donc j'ai organisé 3 workshops. Dans les 3 workshops, d'abord, le premier jour, c'était quand même d'expliquer avec mon costume qui est le déchet, donc parce que ça avait beaucoup façonné et fasciné les jeunes. Donc les jeunes, ils ont beaucoup aimé ça. Donc j'ai fait des workshops, j'ai expliqué que la ville est très sale. Pour nous, les artistes, c'est aussi notre rôle de voir l'environnement où on vit et, et de faire quelque chose. Ça peut être aussi propre, mais comme c'est quand même un environnement, c'est aussi le rôle d'un artiste de voir l'environnement et de faire quelque chose. Ben nous, c'était sale. Donc il faut qu'on ramasse ça, on le trie, parce que comme on veut montrer les différentes matières qui viennent de l'Europe, qui traînent dans les rues, donc il fallait trier, dire ça c'est métal, ça c'est plastique. Et puis on a remarqué que dans le plastique, il y a plusieurs sortes de plastique. Donc c'est aussi un travail aussi de montrer que voilà, dans les rues de Kinshasa, non seulement c'est pollué, mais c'est très très pollué parce qu'il y a des plastiques qui sont plus nocif que les autres. Et tout ça, quand on le brûle, tu vois, tu brûles 5 sortes de plastique. Donc, je pense que c'est le niveau des toxicités, je pense, c'est très extrême. Et les gens, ils brûlent ça en plein air, où il y a les passants, il y a des quartiers, il y a les habitants. Donc voilà, pour moi, c'était quand même une façon de dire au public, aux habitants, que voilà, nous avons ces déchets-là, on peut aussi les réduire dans cette façon-là. Donc moi, j'ai fait le costume, mais c'est ouvrir l'imagination à chacun et de faire des choses avec. Comme ça, on peut quand même réduire un tout petit peu le plastique. Et comme on a cette réflexion des déchets, donc il fallait se remettre, se questionner aussi par rapport à ces déchets-là. Ça vient d'où? Pourquoi ça traîne là? Pourquoi c'est polluant? Et on est tombé sur nos déchets à nous, qui sont les déchets des pots de mangue, les pots d'ananas, les pots des avocats, nous avons les manguiers, nous avons aussi les grandes feuilles des papayes. Donc, tous cette nature qui finissent par la terre. Et donc, on voulait différencier ça avec les déchets qui traînent dans les rues industrielles. C'est long, mais je ne sais pas si tu vas arriver à interpréter.
D'accord. I will try to translate.
Voilà.
Yeah. So the thing is that, as you understood, Eddy came back to Kinshasa, and he saw, of course, the terrible condition of people living there, and that there are many uh, trash there. So actually, he showed. Maybe we can stay on this slide of presentation. So then he actually wanted to make a presentation of his work that is L'Homme Planète, and he introduced this idea and possibilities and new imaginaries of the potential future of Kinshasa. So while observing and listening and looking at this costume, people discovered that it is really important to do that, and that actually that was the one way how to deal with these trash all around the city. So also, Eddy mentioned that there are a lot of different kinds of plastics that are very toxic, and that actually they are all the time like sorting the trash, so nothing is mixed, but they are making like this goes to plastic and this kind of plastic. This is a paper thing. This is so we could see that there are costumes made just of like cigarettes or the part of cigarettes, etc. So yes, I think that would be that I did a good job now. I mean, translating what Eddy said in English.
What do you think if anyone wants to ask something now?
Yeah, I think it would be really nice that we can also, all of us, we are all introduced by the invitation text. Also, this presentation, I think it made it clear what's the issues, right? And how they are confronted. So I would like really to make, to open the floor for the questions and some observations and questions about the costumes, but also all the things we mentioned that goes with along with this idea of decolonization, so to say, and also restitution of the trash from Europe to Africa and back from Africa to Europe. So I would really like to hear someone today who joined us, the public people, actually.
I have a question.
Participant. Yes.
Maybe this was answered, but maybe I didn't catch it, so excuse me. But the people, the wearers, isn't it like a safety concern for them to wear this disposed, upcycled garbage, trash? That's the first one. And what's done with these costumes once they serve their purpose? Are they placed somewhere in a museum, in an archive? Well, I'm just interested in the process there. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, could you translate to Eddy? Because I didn't catch the first one.
D'accord. La première question était alors c'est possible de s'habiller ces costumes parce que ils sont de plastique, etc. Et pour ça, ce n'est pas bon pour la santé ou quoi? C'est la question première de Duchamp. Alors, l'autre, on va... d'accord. Eddy, tu peux répondre maintenant?
Oui, tu peux répondre à celle-là, il y a un deuxième après.
Oui, c'est une bonne question parce que tout le monde, en fait, même en Afrique, hein, quand on fait ça, tout le monde se pose cette question de l'étouffement et de la toxicité du plastique si ça fait pas. Non, en fait, nous, on le fait sur des combinaisons de travail. Mais avant cela, on le nettoie, on le ramasse, on le nettoie bien avec le savon, de l'eau chaude et on le laisse au soleil sécher et après on le travaille. Mais c'est pas en contact direct avec le corps. Mais en même temps, on s'est dit, pour que le message passe, pour que ça soit fort, il faut aussi des fois jouer sur le contact du corps parce qu'on est des performeurs. Donc il faut un moment de niveau extrême parce que les gens qui jettent, ils ne voient pas l'extrémité de ce qui peut arriver. Alors, pour que le message passe, on doit être aussi en contact avec ça, que les gens se posent cette question-là que vous avez posée. C'est vraiment une bonne question et tout le monde se pose ça. Ouais.
Ivana, est-ce que vous pouvez traduire?
Okay, I was answering to the question which was arrived there. But yes, he said that everyone in Africa is also asking this question about the noisability of the costumes and the relation with the health. But he said, I think the first point you said, Eddy, is that first of all, they have a costumes which protect them. It's not directly that they use that on the... Ça, c'est le premier point. Deuxième point, ça, c'est d'abord que vous avez des costumes en dessous de... Yeah, because, yeah, and also then he arrives to that point that it's really a big work of alchemistry before to really distillate all this trash. And they are working with the masks. They are really washing that. It's incredible work of preparation before that it's really they have this glamorous form because it's really washed and cleaned and all that. So, and it's also for the very short period that they wear it. It's not that they are living in those costumes. So there is a second question, isn't it?
And I have something to add. We have to consider that it's a risk to live in Kinshasa as an artist because some people have some superstition and they have some beliefs. Sometimes you have to take risk in that kind of situation. And I remember many artists in that condition and ready to make something that would not be how say that here able to do for an artist.
Ok. La deuxième question était qu'est-ce qui se passe avec les costumes? Ils sont préservés au musée, aux archives, etc. Mais je sais
Sorry?
la vérité.
Tu as entendu ou pas? Où les costumes sont après déposés? Où vous les archivez? Oui.
Mais les costumes sont archivés, on les garde chez nous. Donc, dans notre résidence, on a un grand garage et sur le toit, on a fait des installations avec des poulies où on suspend tous les costumes. Il y a aussi au mur de la parcelle. Donc, nous avons une grande parcelle et donc tous les murs possibles, on met des costumes. Voilà, on pend des costumes.
Okay, yeah. So the answer is that actually they are archiving and collecting those costumes as I hope that you, but also others understood, at this building of the collective Ndakutya La Vie Belle. So, and this is actually this kind of presentation is actually one just to see how many of them there are, but also there are many of them left to be actually gathered at this presentation. Yeah. So, any other question?
I answered
one in chat.
Yeah, there is this one in chat. I just answered immediately,
So
but
should-
I wanted he comment that I mean this is what was already said, that he was basketball player. Il y a une question un petit peu spécifique, c'est pourquoi tu es allé, tu as eu cette idée de venir à Strasbourg et pourquoi tu avais l'idée de devoir jouer pour une public coloniale, justement dans le temps quand l'Afrique a rejeté l'influence français colonialiste, économique et militaire. Et voilà. Et moi, j'ai dit juste que tu as eu cette occasion et qu'après tu as.
Non, mais c'était parce qu'il y a eu quand même 2 ans de workshop avec des professeurs de arts déco de Strasbourg. Donc la connexion, c'était d'abord ça. On a fait, quand j'étais en terminale, on va dire, j'ai participé à des workshops avec une école de Strasbourg. C'est par rapport à l'action comme j'expliquais hier, l'action qu'on avait fait dans le collectif, ramasser les carcasses, qui a fait qu'on nous a fait venir un professeur de scénographie qui nous a parlé de cette école. Et vu qu'il a vu qu'on était un peu dynamique, donc il a dit, vous savez, vous pouvez vous inscrire aussi dans l'école. Nous, on ne connaissait pas. Donc il a dit, il va nous aider à s'inscrire. Mais déjà, depuis Kinshasa, je joue le basket. Depuis tout petit, on va dire depuis mes 14 ans, je fais du basket dans des clubs jusqu'à maintenant. Donc, quand je suis arrivé là-bas pour les études, donc comme je voulais aussi continuer le basket, donc je continue le basket. Mais à cette époque, ce n'était pas encore le problème qu'on a maintenant avec les colonies françaises où tout le monde refuse la France. Ça, c'était pas encore à cette époque. Et puis nous, on est colonie belge.
Oh, Eddy answered that maybe from the end I will translate that their issue is Belgium as a colony, so that they don't have this issue with the France as a colony because their big issue is Belgium. And then also he was a student of Fine Arts Academy in Kinshasa, and he met the people from Strasbourg, and they made this exchange program. And then as he is playing basketball since that he is 14 until today, he just had offer to work as and to earn the money as a basketball player, which is very acceptable. Africans are just seen as a possible sportsmen. But then after that, he had really a problem to say that he's artist. So, and then he met, as I answered in the chat, his wife, and he has 2 kids, etc. But now he's between Belgium and France and Kinshasa. He's now out, but maybe we could continue to show, because there is someone who's visited us. But yeah, so there is a question. Yeah. Okay. Artist is not here, so we could just later then
I would like
see this question. Maybe we could just go through the
Okay, Branko wanted to ask something.
I don't really have a question. I had to make 2 observations. Ciao, Ivana.
Ciao, Branko.
Should I speak in French or in English?
I mean, Eddy is not here, so we will translate to him when he comes, because.
So let me speak in English then.
Yeah.
For me, this was very interesting presentation, and I didn't know Eddy's work. And it's also very interesting that you contacted me, invited me for this presentation, just in the moment when I prepare an exhibition for the Museum of Contemporary Art of Vojvodina, of an artist who is from Novi Sad, but he lives in Rome. And his main approach to his artistic production is based on the recycling. So this was really curious that that this happening in this moment. I won't go very in this matter now about this exhibition, but this was very interesting to see this process of Eddy, how he is recycling the waste, and this social impact that it creates, this engagement, social engagement, which is very important. And I thought about the parallel, because the artist in question he's called Bane Petric, and he's basically recycling old pictures, old photos, old objects that he found on flea markets, and also in garbage, in garbage cans, in containers in the city streets. So this was really very interesting parallel, and I was now thinking, listening to Eddy's story, that he speak about this marginalized persons, homeless persons that he collaborated with, who help him to collect this waste, and who collect this waste to survive, to have some mean of income. And that he's like he said, he's restituting his idea is to restitute this waste in the form of art objects back to Europe. What came to my mind that we have somehow similar process here, but on reverse. In Serbia, it disappeared from Europe. We don't see this anymore in Europe, but we can still see in Serbia. We have the community of gypsies, especially in Novi Sad. I don't know how it is in Belgrade, maybe less, who are actually doing some similar work. They are living, they make part of their living by collecting waste and garbage on the streets, and sell them either to the city, or bring that to flea market and try to resend these parts. And it is interesting, this connection of this marginalized community that work here to collect this garbage, and that garbage then is sent to Africa, and then we have other marginalized community who dare receive that garbage, part of that garbage, and transform it in art with intention to bring it back to Europe. So it's a very interesting cycle of production and of social phenomenon of these marginalized communities.
I could translate.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have something more. I could just quickly.
No, that was basically my observation.
Okay. Dans l'Europe de l'Est, il y a aussi encore des communautés des marginaux. Ça l'a vraiment suscité de penser qu'il y a des gitans qui récupèrent, mais sauf que vous avez vraiment intégré ces gens comme vos partenaires. Et puis que c'est vraiment un très intéressant circuit, comment tout ça se part de l'Europe là-bas et puis que ça revient. Et puis aussi, Branco travaille avec je pense qu'il était en Tanzanie. Et il a connu aussi un artiste qui travaille vraiment aussi avec les déchets, puisque c'est maintenant une tendance. Je ne sais pas peut-être le nom. What is the name of the artist that you, Branko, that you are? Koje ime?
Branislav Petrić is the name of the artist.
Ne, ovaj drugi ne, Afrikanac. Ovaj Afrikanac, ne, to ne znam. Jesi pominjao nekog Afrikanaca?
Ne, nisam pominjao. Ne.
Okay,
To sam u mailu pisao da sam bio.
Branko Petrić, c'est le local, donc un artiste, lui prépare une expo qui vraiment récupère tout dans les poubelles. Oui, mais sauf que c'est un petit peu dans les quand même, dans les, comment on dit ça, brocantes. Là, tu vois, où on recycle des vieilles choses. Oui, donc voilà. Ça c'est un petit peu une sorte de marché aux puces, oui, en fait, c'est ça, marché aux puces. Voilà, donc Branko a trouvé ça très intéressant que ça se passe en même moment.
I think it would be, ce serait très intéressant de faire une collaboration pour cette exposition, parce que je vois vraiment beaucoup de choses parallèles dans l'esthétique et dans l'approche. Et on prépare ça pour 2006. Et je vais venir à vous, Ivana, Martin, Eddy, plus spécifiquement. Pour voir ce que c'est possible. Ce serait génial de faire venir Eddy.
Ok, super. Donc vous allez rester en contact. I will translate the other question of Danilo and that there is maybe others.
There are also questions from Goran Tomka.
Okay, so quickly, je traduis. Est-ce que tu pourras dire quelque chose plus spécifiquement sur la méthodologie, comment vous travaillez, dans le sens que ce travail est vraiment collectif? Est-ce que les gens sont vraiment impliqués donc ça on a vu quand même, dans le tri des poubelles, dans la réalisation des costumes, oui, ça on a vu, comment on les vend après et comment on les représente après, c'est-à-dire dans tous les segments. Aussi, je suis intéressée sur la distribution économique dans le sens que envers la communauté artistique. Excusez-moi si les choses étaient dites avant parce que j'avais quelques distractions, donc je n'ai pas tout suivi parce que certaines choses on a déjà largement dit. Oui.
Alors, on commence comment? Donc, on fait une réunion, on se réunit, les artistes intéressés, mais il n'y a pas que les artistes, il y a aussi les jeunes du quartier qui savent le jour où on va aller ramasser. Donc, ils viennent. Si on a un peu d'argent, on prend des pousse-pousse, c'est des espèces des objets comme ça avec des roues. On met pour en prendre plus. Et on va, et donc du coup, quand on va, on ramasse d'abord tous les déchets, comme je dis, européens. Donc ça veut dire tous les déchets qui polluent. C'est d'abord ça qu'on ramasse. Et quand on arrive au centre, on nettoie tous les déchets et on fait le tri. Dans le tri, chaque artiste choisit son matériel. Par exemple, si c'est beaucoup de boîtes de yaourt, par exemple, donc il y en a un qui va dire, bon, moi, je préfère travailler avec les yaourts. Donc, ça sera maintenant la technicité, comment est-ce que on va le travailler, quel endroit faire le trou pour que ça se casse pas. Donc, on étudie aussi tout ça. Et après, on prend la combinaison parce que avant de trouver la combinaison, je faisais ça avec je créais des chambres à air comme un costume et je créais un costume avec. Mais c'était compliqué après quand tu le portes, après quand on enlève, tout s'en mêle. Et donc là, je trouvais les combinaisons de travail avec deux fermetures éclairs. Donc ça, c'est aussi pour la rapidité. Quand le costume est fini, par exemple, si on doit faire un spectacle et habiller, par exemple, 10 personnes, pour la rapidité, donc il faut ces combinaisons. Il suffit que le mannequin rentre dedans, on peut vite fermer la fermeture. Donc quand j'ai trouvé ouais, quand je trouvais ça, j'ai dit, bon, ça va se... Donc maintenant, tous les costumes, pour que ça se fasse vite, il faut qu'il y ait cette combinaison. Bon, en même temps, ça te protège aussi avec peut-être le microbe qu'il peut avoir dans les déchets. Donc, voilà. Et après, une fois c'est fini, on l'essaye parce qu'il faut l'essayer. Donc, l'essayer, c'est de faire un tour dans le quartier et voir son impact parce que c'est la première fois. Donc, les habitants ne le connaissent pas. Donc, il faut faire un essai, voir comment ça captive le public. Et après, on revient. On doit trouver aussi son nom. On doit trouver ces danses, toutes ces formes pour que ça soit différent des autres euh, costumes. Et donc, chaque costume a ses formes. Des fois, par exemple, s'il y a beaucoup de plastique, le mannequin, il va pas faire la danse. Il va plutôt se coucher par terre et faire une boule, un tas de plastique, par exemple. Et les habitants qui ne savent pas, ils pensent que c'est vraiment un déchet parce que les gens ils sont habitués à voir le déchet. Une fois que ça bouge, là, les gens ils sursautent, ils fouillent. Donc, on joue aussi avec la peur, avec l'étonnement. On joue sur ça. Et après, voilà. Bon, pour la vente maintenant, pour le vendre, en fait, on prend en photo, on l'expose sur l'Internet. Et les gens qui sont avancés, parce que jusque-là, on n'a pas encore vendu beaucoup de costumes, on a vendu juste 3, parce que justement, c'est un peu le déchet, les gens sont en train de questionner. C'est des matières, on va dire, que nous avons tous dans nos maisons. Et pourquoi pas le garder en mémoire, par exemple, pour le siècle qui viendra, que quand nous, on ne sera pas là, mais on a quand même notre époque dans toutes ces formes que nous créons. Donc voilà un peu l'idée, c'est de...
C'est difficile de les placer. Souvent, les gens qui veulent vous photographier,
Ouais.
surtout les Occidentaux, et
Ouais.
après, ils vous donnent rien, ils disent
Ouais.
que c'est pour la gloire.
Voilà. Donc du coup, on se fait un peu exploiter. Beaucoup par des photographes. On s'est déjà fait exploiter par 3 photographes bon, il y en a d'autres, ils ont fait des super articles pour nous. C'est vrai que ça fait une publicité pour nous, mais après, les artistes qui travaillent, ils n'ont rien gagné. Et puis, eux, ils gagnent avec les photos, tout ça. Donc voilà, il y a un peu l'exploitation, mais en même temps, on comprend parce que c'est les débuts. C'est pas tout le monde qui fait ce genre de forme et d'activité. Et donc, voilà, autour de ça, on a fait aussi un festival qui s'appelle Kinact, justement pour continuer à pousser les idées plus loin et à motiver surtout les artistes et les amoureux de l'art à se questionner sur ce problème de l'environnement de Kinshasa.
Okay, very shortly, because there are so many other questions and also invitation for Eddy from Tina to work in Vienna. So this is so great for you. So very shortly, I mean, briefly to make a kind of a resume, is that, yes, to answer to Danilo's question, yeah, because we said that already, there is a absolute collective moment of going, searching for the material, then having singular ideas of everyone, even of non-artists, as we said, this is what is the most maybe interesting, that many people discover their talent. They are first of all attracted by the carnival on the streets, and that is also working a lot with this idea that the African people now, with this all this high consumerism and also this occidentalization, they don't like even to speak about the carnivals, but then for him it's a new way of restitution, as you heard, but also a new way of carnivalization to introduce the past, but on a new way, this kind of mask, a new relation to mask and costume. And then he said he's really searching, they're really spending most of time on searching the methodologies of what Victor asked, how it fit together, how you could fix all those places, where you have to make a whole, and then they found this miraculous protective costume, which really protects you from the diseases or from the sometimes, but it's also a fixing moment because all these costumes, they have first one overall, and then on that, all this sublime particular parts of the trash that they are, as you saw, they are really searching specific trash, and then from that making incredible costumes. So also when Eddy was here for a few months this year, this is so nice to see where the people, young people just sent him, who came there from the streets. They saw the costumes, and then they said, okay, we could sleep there. Then they come, they have a food, but then they are producing costumes. I was a witness when several times the people that he really didn't know that they will really make the costumes. They made the beautiful costumes. You remember the red one with all this like a Medusa. And so the point that then Danilo also asked is, so there is a collect of material collective, then there is also production. And then when we come to the selling, this is as Eddy said, this is the most difficult part because this is a start. They feel exploitation of the people from Guardian, for example. The guy came, he made a beautiful, article with the beautiful photos, but they ask to be paid for their work, and they say, and already it's a third or fourth photograph who make a big, let's say, really profit on the images about their costumes, and they don't have anything from it. So this is why also we think that this, what with Victor we started, we would like really to now complete, because they never had this evidence of the costumes that they made. And I'm sure that we will find in meantime, because we stopped this summer and they produce more. And then we would like to start to present them. That they have a tool to present them officially with the costumes, and that the museums could then really choose what they want, but then they could pay them fair enough, because they sold to the museum of the six. C'était quel musée? Quel musée à Hambourg quand tu as?
Non, le musée des 5 continents.
Et c'est où?
C'est à Munich.
Yeah, the museum of the 5th continent in Munich, for example. But the guy, one of the photographers who made those photos, they don't know. He sold that on the price that they never asked for, because it's really a crazy work. Could you imagine, for one costume? So for the moment, they really have to change something. And I hope that this portfolio will really be their tool to really directly negotiate with without any mediators with the institutions. I think this is the Danilo answer to your question. Do you have any annex, or we could pass to other?
Thank you.
Okay, so what is Tane? There is Jadranka, there is then Goran Tomka.
Yes.
Asking very beautiful question. Merci pour votre très pensive et votre présentation très inspiratrice, et aussi les photos. Je voudrais juste vous demander quelle est la relation entre costume et la beauté. Est-ce que vous trouvez ces costumes beaux, et est-ce que toi, tu voudras qu'ils soient beaux? Est-ce que cette notion de la beauté dans les poubelles, quelle est la relation pour toi?
Non, au fait, moi, ce n'est pas la beauté que je cherchais. C'est pas la beauté que je cherchais. c'était plutôt de faire quelque chose avec les déchets qui polluent. C'était ça d'abord ma première option. Et puis, comme je suis artiste, je pense que quand on imagine quelque chose en tant qu'artiste et qu'on voit la faisabilité de le faire et qu'on arrive à le faire, c'est déjà une mission accomplie. Que ça soit beau ou pas beau, c'est pas mon problème. Ben, de toute façon, la beauté, le beau et le laid, c'est dans l'art. Donc, je sais pas, c'est à chacun de voir si c'est... Euh, moi, en fait, à contextualiser la poubelle comme aujourd'hui. Parce que la poubelle, on ne le regarde pas, on jette et puis c'est bon. Mais là, maintenant, tu vois, quand on est 5 hommes canettes, ou 7 ou 10, les gens, ils vont jamais passer à côté, ils vont regarder. Voilà, donc ça, il y a le côté interaction aussi qui est très important dans ces costumes, justement parce que c'est les déchets. Ça.
I agree with Goran that it's a very important question. For me personally, they are so beautiful and sublime. I mean, I am just sometimes shocked how they are beautiful, and specifically how this transformation is really a we could watch this kind of really from trash to make a gold. It's really incredible to see this kind of transformative power that through this process is developing. But Eddy said that for him, it's really most important question is to make awareness of the trash and of the question of pollution today. So he's and he said, and I didn't translate in the other parts, but now it's a moment. He said that the people are really now aware, first of all, of when they pass through the trash. Many people saying, okay, it could be something that we could then also work with or think about. And then also the performance that he made here, that the first time when I met Eddy, for me, it was the most powerful performance, I think, ever, because really they work with the immobile trash. So, for example, from each country, he's studying the forms and the color of trash bags. And in Belgium, they are white. In Brussels, here in the countryside, they're yellow. And we have still to make this performance with the yellow trash bags because they put them on with his colleague. And then what is interesting, this powerful moment when something is coming from the trash, but this is a man. And especially in the context Belgium, Congo, and all this dialectic, it's so powerful because you see trash breathing, and then suddenly you see one power, human power, coming from it. So in many senses, I think I think that there is this idea of dynamic of what comes from the trash, but for Eddy specifically, because we are just spectators of his work. But he said for him, it's very really the question of beauty or of non-beauty is a very personal question. Some people are really think that it's beautiful because it's coming from this dirty mass immobile that you never thought to make anything from it. But the other people are also afraid sometimes on the streets, and then when they see specifically when the mobile trash in front of you. There are many videos on Instagram page of Andako and Eddy about people, how they react. Not everyone is reacting really gorgeously on it. But I don't know, Goran, if it's okay. Do you have any annex on this question, maybe?
Thank you, Ivana. Thank you, Eddy. No, this is what I was interested in. Thanks a lot. Yeah,
okay. So, Tane, could you please see what is about the time? And because there are many...
It's almost 3:30, so I suggest to answer Jadranka's questions.
Yes.
If we haven't done that previously in previous
No, I
questions,
don't think that there
answers,
is a Tina
and
also
then
who is really would like to invite you for the project. So we
yeah, so I hope that in 5 minutes
we have
I would
to
like
we have to
to
stop. Okay. So there is a beautiful also. I don't know, when we switch off, we will not read all these things, I suppose. So we have now to copy them, or because I would
it
like
will
to
be online. It will be online.
all those messages also.
I mean, you can see them, but not copy
Yeah,
paste
then
them.
we could, because we don't have now time, I would like maybe to just make a photo of them and then to translate to Eddy later, okay? So maybe now, could you maybe, Tane, or you want that I translate this
maybe it's better if you translate it,
okay,
because I have, yeah.
So there is, donc il y a encore une question. Donc l'art est très bon et intéressant comme une donc arrière-fond comme arrière-fond. Ok. Est-ce qu'il y a une solution à tous ces pièces d'art ou c'est une solution radicale de vraiment donc de nettoyer les villes ou même des pays des poubelles ou de pollution? Par exemple, est-ce qu'il y a I'm sorry, I cannot understand even on English. So that is it possible to tell it on our language and then I could the second one I understand, but not the first one. I don't see because my English really is not the best. I will just translate the other question. So and maybe Jadranka could say on our language, then we could translate the other one. But donc la question pour toi, Eddy, quelles sont les réactions des gens de l'Afrique à ton art et, et aux autres qui ont des idées semblables. Est-ce qu'il y a aussi des réactions des gens de haut niveau, de société et elle te encourage de continuer, cette personne, mais donc elle dit, est-ce qu'il y a des réactions vraiment à l'Afrique, aussi des gens qui sont de ministère, je suppose, ou est-ce que vous avez des propositions de l'aide ou comment ça se passe?
Alors, on n'a rien. On n'a rien comme aide déjà. On a plutôt de réactions du public qui nous anime de continuer, qui nous donne envie de continuer, parce que le public, c'est...
Et disent aussi des choses. Eux, ils vont dans l'imagination.
Ils ont dans l'imagination. Donc, ils ont peur. Donc, ils ont peur de voir ces personnages. Déjà, le fait de voir ces personnages, pour nous, c'est déjà fort. Bon, on n'est pas encore à la phase des... Bon, on tourne dans les villes, donc les autorités, ils nous connaissent, ils voient... Vous savez, en Afrique, les autorités, comme dans mon pays, là, les autorités, même s'ils voient quelque chose d'intéressant, ils vont vite passer parce que eux, leur but, c'est de passer et de rentrer chez eux. C'est pas de voir ce qui se passe dans la ville. Donc, on n'a pas d'aide. Donc, jusque-là, on a fait des démarches avec le ministère de la Culture. Ils nous connaissent, mais jusque-là, il n'y a rien. On essaye un peu de voir avec des musées, à l'extérieur plutôt. Mais en Afrique, les artistes qui travaillent dans mon sens, euh, il y en a, j'en connais pas beaucoup, mais je connais une au Nigeria et je connais aussi des associations au Kenya, mais c'est plus des associations écologiques. Ils n'ont pas le regard artistique. Or que nous, ce qu'on fait, c'est un peu comme eux, c'est d'enlever les déchets, mais après vraiment les transformer à des formes proprement dites artistiques. Et aussi avoir des idées, des arguments à dire par rapport à l'art dans tout ce qu'on fait. Donc, c'est pas vraiment quelque chose où on vient juste pour une association ou une ONG, mais c'est aussi un but voilà, de conservation, parce que le musée, ça conserve. Et donc, nous, notre idée, c'est de ramener ça jusqu'au niveau de conservation dans le musée. Voilà.
So unfortunately, because it's a very huge question, we don't have any more time, but he answered only on the part about how the authorities are reacting on this art, on their initiative. And the question is, no, they're not at all reacting. They're not helping them at all. And this is a real problem. They come from time to time in the neighborhood where there is a andaku, when there are ambassadors or some people to show this incredible initiative. There are big interest. When you come to Kinshasa, you cannot miss this place. But they don't give them. Eddy was also representative of the first ever Bienala pavilion of Congo this year, for example, also, and he was preparing here, but there was no pavilion because it's so complicated question of corruption, of where the money goes. The guy who has to rent them pavilion disappeared, they paid, so and they're on the street. So it's really a big problem how to really focus their activity and in a proper artistic way, because they said that there's interest of some environmental initiatives, but artistically not really. And what is their goal is to have a space of conservation, that they could conserve those pieces. And it's really to treat them as a piece of art and not as an ecological campaign. So, I mean, this is an answer on it. And I don't know if, Jadranka, I think we are now over, Tane. I don't think that we have even time for this first question of Jadranka. So I think it's also, and we have also here,
just sent
people arrived for Eddy, so I'm sorry, we will have to also quit.
If it's possible, we can answer to Jadranka's question
later.
via email.
We could answer on all questions which are there later. I think by the, you know, who are the people, and I made the photos of the things. So I will just take now one other photo before that it disappeared, and then we will send you by mail. Okay? Is it that possible? I
hope, yeah, I hope that it is. You know, the
I think we will have all the messages recorded in Zoom, so we can send.
Okay, great. I also have them now, but then it's great if you send us, and we will. I mean, tonight we will work, and then tomorrow also Eddy is also here. He's leaving on Monday, so we could then have. I mean, we could really give you returns, Tane, and I would like just to also. You don't see the. Question answer sorry, the message of Tane Laketić Vienna, but she really adores your work. She's a brilliant artist and activist, and she really invites Eddy to work in Vienna in some project. So this is great. Tina, thank you very much. We will call you tonight then. Yeah, so I think this is maybe if Eddy has something to add, and because there is idea to come to Belgrade, we had yesterday with the Museum of Africa in Belgrade talk, so tu étais très intéressé de venir à Belgrade, oui, et de faire un atelier et de yeah.
So maybe we can say goodbye.
No, Tina, thank you.
Yeah.
Tina from Vienna.
And just to wrap this conversation. So I would like to say thank you to all the people coming and joining us today.
Yes.
Yes, because it's like the last days of this year, and people are always in rush during those days. So I'm happy that there was a lot of people today with us. So Yeah,
Thanks to Mia, who was there, who will come here, and Olga also, and all the others who are also, Elisabetta, Victor, that we know, Danilo, Bijenala. Thank you all the known and unknown people. Yes, so
and
Tane.
also Anita. Anita is here, not to
Oh,
forget.
Anita, who was here.
Yeah.
So nice. Thank you so much. Yes, great. She's from Spain now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so many greetings
from Eddy with Charlie K. So from there, so yes. Okay, Martin.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Maybe Martin will just say the word for the hello because he's with the people who came to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you all, and we hope to see you one day here.
Yes, all of you who is interested.
We are building bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we hope to come to
all
see
together.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.